Hi, I'm Eva, and this is 17-year-old rescue cat Baloo. Together we travel around in this van as often as we can to go and visit places, and on my routes I help animals and humans who are in pain by giving them free sessions of Advanced Photonic Therapy. In the vlog of this week I will be traveling all the way to Caniles, which is close to Baza. There I will be visiting Susan and her two very special horses. In this vlog I'm also going to take the time to show you more extensively what I am doing with these horses, what I have discovered during the Equine Assessment, and what points I will be stimulating afterwards to give pain relief to this horse, physically and mentally. And now, first of all, I'm gonna show you my morning routine. Good morning. Gelopen wat er komt? Good morning. So I left Whispering Ranch again yesterday. I am right now next to the parking lot of Ikea in Murcia, because this is a parking space especially for us, for the campers. And I can only tell you that if you ever wondered what kind of camper van you would like to buy, come over here. I mean, it's not even high season, and I think we are at least, I don't know, 50 or 100 different kinds of vans here right now to spend the night. And I'm on my way to Baza, where I will start my round again to the south to help some horses and dogs and maybe even humans. We'll see what's happening. But for the next week, I am back on the road, traveling around, helping those in need, and I have my little helper here. Hold on, let me show him to you. Hey, good morning. Yeah, oh yes. So, let's get on the road again. Baloo has had his breakfast. I will have a banana later on while I'm driving. But before I go, I'm going to do a little circle here around all these camper vans. So you too can already have a look. Maybe you would like one of these camper vans too. Who knows? Okay, let's get on the road. So I had a quick stop in Lorca to go and visit the castle. And sadly, I was there at 10 a.m. and it's only opening as of 11. Let me now make sure I'm getting on the highway on the right direction. So I didn't see the castle of Lorca. I took some pictures from afar and a little video while I was driving. Well, my GoPro did that. And so I'm continuing my route to Baza, where I will see the first animals to help. So let's enjoy some of the view. Okay, so I have arrived at the first place and I am in Caniles, which is pretty close to Baza. And here at Sue's place, I am going to see two horses. And let me have a look here. First of all, we have Valentino, who is 27 years old, and oh my God, he has many tumors, internal and externally. And the reason why she wanted me to come and give the horse an advanced photonic therapy session is to make him as comfortable as possible. The other horse is Cameron. He's 13 years old, and apparently he's having some issues too. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's just... Okay, so this horse has melanomas inside and outside, so we have to watch out where we are going to touch him, because we don't want to hurt him more than he could be hurting. Good boy. You have me. First, I'm going to be doing an equine assessment. But due to the fact that this horse has a lot of tumors inside, but also on the outside, I really have to be careful how I am going to do this equine assessment. So, wherever I know or I can feel while I touched the horse just before, where I can feel that there is a growth beneath his skin, I will be softer and do the equine assessment just a little bit different than how I would do it with a healthy horse. I know. Hey. I don't want to hurt you. I am going to have to test some things. Yeah? And you're going to react. Okay? Because there are some of them are reflexes. So you're going to react. But that's okay. Okay? I'm here to help you. So these are old scars.
Yes.
They are running over the governance vessel.
Yeah.
So we need to treat that. So on this first point, I'm going to go to between the wing of the atlas and the crest. And depending on the reaction of the horse, it will indicate a problem in the opposite hindquarter. Here along the cervical vertebra, I really have to be careful because he has several tumors there. That's how you see that I'm putting my hand on it, just to avoid me even touching them with the blue assessment pen. Going down the collar groove, that indicates a shoulder, knee, or problem in the opposite lower leg. Down at the bottom of the jugular groove, this indicates a teeth problem. This location, that's behind and above the larynx, and this would indicate an issue with the heels or corns. In the center of the shoulder, we normally first make a cross. I want to avoid that with this horse. I am straight going to feel the exact point that I need to test, and if there would be a reaction there, it would indicate 4/4 stiffness. For the next area, it starts from below the withers to the rump and indicates a front leg issue, organ issue, muscle issues, bones, intestines, and so on. Right there, I am assessing the associated effect points on the bladder meridian. The zigzag pattern on top of the rump, if there is a reaction, that indicates soreness in the sacroiliac area or a rotated pelvis. When I go down the poverty groove, that can indicate a hip joint issue, stifle or hock issue. Going around the hip joint can indicate, if there is a reaction, that we have hip dysplasia or soreness in the hip joint. Assessing above the hip bone will indicate a possible hip or hock problem. Assessing under the hip joint can indicate a sore stifle, all depending on the reaction, of course. The assessment from the top of the rump to the hip bone can indicate a muscular or skeletal problem. So at this point, I called Susan, the owner of Valentino, to come and have a look, because I saw some muscle soreness in her horse. Due to the reaction the horse was showing me on area 13. And this is behind and in the middle of the last rib, where we will stroke the area. Now, if the horse will react, in this case, he will react violently, and this usually indicates cystic ovaries in mares and scrotal problems in geldings. And as you can see here, this horse definitely has an issue. And finally here, testing on the midline of the horse, on the conception vessel, can indicate stomach pain and stomach ulcers. So we already knew that this horse was suffering from tumors, internal and external tumors, and that he had arthritis. And by doing the equine assessment, I also discovered that he had emotional issues by reacting on 7, 13, 14 and 15, that he had muscle soreness, and that he had severe stomach issues. All this, of course, apart from the swollen sheet that we could see. Now for the part of giving this horse an advanced photonic therapy session with the red light. On the one hand, we always must stimulate the standard points. It's a cocktail of points that will be relieving pain, that will lower inflammation in the body, that will be stimulating the immune system, and which will stimulate the healing process, giving more energy to the mitochondria in the cells. Let me tell you more about these 9 standard points on the horse. Large intestine 16 point is good for releasing endorphins and other natural painkillers. Large intestine 11 is responsible for lowering blood pressure, reducing fevers and raising the immune system. Bladder 11 is the influential point for bones and is therefore good for any skeletal or joint problem. Bladder 23 is the Chinese kidney point, and as such looks after bones, teeth, genetic systems, as well as any urinary problem. Baloo, which is near to Governance Vessel 3, is also called a meeting of 100 points, and this point ties in all the other points into a common treatment. This is one of the most important points on a four-legged animal. Bladder 40. This point is the master point for the lower back, but it's also good for lower limb and especially stifle pain. Gallbladder 34 is the influential point for ligaments and tendons and will remove pain. Stomach 36. This point is the master point for the upper abdomen. It raises the immune system, raises general energy, regulates the abdomen and takes pain out of the knee. It's a good point to increase performance. Finally, bladder 60. This point is good for hock or back pain, arthritis of the hock or soft tissue injury. It's also an aspirant point. So apart from doing the standard points, we also need to do some other points. Points where the horse reacted during the equine assessment. I will also, in this case, do some specific points for the stomach aches. And I will be torching his sheet locally in mode 2 to reduce inflammation, lower the pain and stimulate the healing. And do remember to always address all scars with the torch along their length despite the scar's age. And if you are able to identify the acupuncture meridian across which the scar lies, in this case the governance vessel, address the associated effect point on the back. Now, when a horse receives an Advanced Photonic Therapy session, you may notice some or all of a number of features, which range from the horse drawing up its flanks, yawning, raising its tail, dropping its head, becoming sleepy, and quietly passing wind. In this case, what the horse is doing is not very typical. This horse has been passing wind about every 5 minutes, even before giving an Advanced Photonic Therapy session. And this shows that this horse is having some gut issues and some stomach issues, which has been confirmed by doing the equine assessment. And this is Cameron. Cameron is a 14-year-old pura raza española, a pre, and he's a gelding. And Susan asked me to come and to check if everything was okay with his legs and back, as he often bucks when asked to canter. She also wondered, since she got him, if he wasn't having ulcers. She wanted to check if it was a balance problem or maybe not even a physical issue. So, of course, I observed Cameron. His hooves were cleaned by Susan, so I could observe the horse even better and also check those hooves with her. And once we went into the stable, it was obvious that this horse, for me, from what I was feeling, it was obvious that this horse was in pain.
And this horse was in physical pain, but this horse was also having some mental pain, emotional issues. Often, and I'm not talking about Susan here, because the horse hasn't been all his life with her, but often what we forget is when a horse is having physical pain and we continue to work him because we don't realize it, this also can become a mental issue. And why is that? Well, just imagine for yourself. Imagine you are in pain and your boss tells you, hey, come on, and do this now and do that now. You have to work. And you are going to get some emotions that are not so positive regarding your boss, because you don't understand, why is he making me work? Doesn't he know, doesn't he see that I'm hurting? And similar things happen with our animals. We make them work even though, or we ride them in this case, even though they are in pain. And for Cameron, one of his ways to show that was he bucks when asked to canter. That's a sign we have to look at, and we have to take that into account and find out what's going on. So Cameron acted pretty extreme to the touch, even only of area 1. Area 1 confirming that there is a problem in the opposite hindquarter. And that's exactly what Susan was wondering about, with the legs and the back. And when I went to try something else, it was so obvious that this horse said, please just don't do this. So I told Susan, hey, I am not going to do this assessment on this horse. Right now, this horse needs pain relief. And that's what I did. I even went further to start with Baloo, because as I explained before, this point is a meeting of 100 points. And this point ties in with all the others into a common treatment. And it is one of the most important points for a four-legged animal. So surely when a horse in this case is scared or is in pain and doesn't want you to touch him, I would start with Baloo. And as you can see on the screen, he changed the way he was holding himself. He started to relax. He started to work in his mouth. And you can see with the teeth and the tongue working, he's absorbing the energy that's coming in. So that was how I started. Then of course I did standard points, and I also did the think points for this horse, apart from helping him also with his emotional issues. The main thing right now for this horse was to relieve his pain and to give him confidence back. Confidence that his owner, his rider, knows that he's in pain and that they have to take care of that. Sadly, I didn't realize while torching Cameron that my camera had stopped recording. So I can't show you anymore from that. And with that, I conclude the video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a like if you like this video, and you can also subscribe and click that bell, and I'll be happy to be here again next week. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.